hey guys, welcome to Background Buzz podcast. My name is Wilson.
I'm Steve.
And yeah, this is our, basically we're new at this and we're just starting out this YouTube channel. And pretty much we're going to break it up into 3 segments. So the first segment, Steve and I were going to talk about
What we're playing.
what games we're playing, what we're doing. The second segment, we're pretty much going to talk about general news stories, but maybe primarily focus on video game stories.
Yeah.
And on the third one, what are we going to do on the third one?
We're going to talk about, that's going to be shooting the shit with Wilson and Steve.
Shooting the shit. So that's fair. That's open game.
That's our wild card.
That's the wild card.
Today it's going to be the upcoming games of 2018 we're most excited about.
Yeah. So that's what we're going to talk about. All right.
And we're going to break it up like topic by topic into three distinct videos. So this is currently the what we're playing topic. And so we're going to record it all in one day and then release the videos throughout the week.
Yeah.
We haven't decided on a schedule yet, but we'll try to keep it somewhat consistent.
We're very new at this, so thank you for even watching this if you are and being patient. We're gonna get good at this at some point.
We'll try, and if you like what you see, like, subscribe, tell your friends.
I know, and enjoy the buzz.
This guy.
Enjoy the buzz. All right, so
what are you playing?
What am I playing?
Yeah.
Not with myself.
That's good.
But I'm
not ever, not even.
Oh, not today.
Not even a little bit.
Not in the past hour.
All right, that's good.
That's good, right? Good. But I'm playing right now Batman Arkham Knight. Mm-hmm. And just to give a little background as to why I'm playing a game that was made in 2015, and most people have forgotten by now, it's because I just bought my PlayStation 4 2 weeks ago. Thank you.
Round of applause.
I finally got money to buy PlayStation 4, even though it's relatively cheap.
Pretty fucking cheap, actually.
Pretty fucking cheap. So it's just been an excuse. So Arkham Knight is what got.
Wait, so when did you buy your PS4?
Like 3 weeks ago.
And why didn't you wait for the Black Friday bundles?
Because are there bundles?
I don't know. I'm sure.
I'm sure there are bundles.
Isn't that how Black Friday works? Everything is free.
I know they had a Battlefront 2 Star Wars bundle.
Okay, but fuck that game. I don't
same
want to play that
same
game.
Price as how much I spent, but with the game.
Okay.
Still, I mean, why? If it's the same price,
yeah,
it's a good deal. But and I went back and forth about whether or not I want it. But you know what? I made the choice.
You're sticking with it?
Yeah, I made my choice. And I'm glad I made my choice because I've been playing that game. And I was going to say that Arkham Knight is what God of War 3 was for me for PlayStation 3.
Okay.
Because I think that was one of their launch games.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm a big fan of the God of War series. So PlayStation 2, I played 1 and 2. And I spent years not buying PlayStation 3. Finally bought it. Immediately rushed to the store and bought God of War 3 and played it. And Arkham Knight is that same exact thing.
But so Arkham Knight is to you what God of War 3 is. So what I'll add to that is,
oh boy,
and now that you had a PS3 for 4 or 5 years,
yeah.
When you look back at the legacy of your PS3, do you really think about God of War 3?
I do.
Do you really?
I do. I think I like God of War. I mean, that's the whole reason they're making a God of War, a new one.
Okay.
And I think that God of War has one. To me, it's one of those stories that I remember.
Really? Okay.
Do you not remember God of War?
When I think of the legacy of my PS3, I think of The Last of Us. I think of Uncharted. I think of Mass Effect.
No, I
agree.
agree.
Think of Fallout.
I agree.
The point I was trying to make, I guess, is that I think the games that come out early on in a console generation tend, not always, but tend to be forgettable and not the best games on those consoles.
But when I played that game, there was no Uncharted, there was no Last of Us. So in that moment, to me, it was like graphically, it was way better than what I had played before. Story wise, it ended a trilogy of a game that I was already invested in for the characters.
What about Origins?
Story.
Origins, it doesn't count? Okay.
For Batman?
Yeah, it's not part of the trilogy?
Oh no. That is you know what that is? That is the adopted child of the Arkham series. It's the kid that they adopted and they regretted it 2 years later. And that's what Origins is. And I know there are fans of Origins out there. Because I was looking at the YouTube comments.
Are there though?
Yeah, there are. Because people rank Batman games. And Number one is always either Asylum or City.
Okay.
One or two.
Yeah,
they're interchangeable.
I feel like that has to be.
They're interchangeable. But 3, there's actually a switcheroo between Arkham Knight and Origins. Some people even put Origins number 1.
No, come on. Those people are just trolling the internet.
Also, I think it's possible that some people play Origins first. You know, some people play Origins first because, like, maybe they just like this. They're not getting so on board. I could see how you play Origins and it's your first introduction to the Batman game, and you're like, "Wow, this game is awesome."
Yeah.
And then you go back. I mean, I still find it hard to believe that you go back and you still don't find it better than Origins, but you know, it could happen.
I think it would be like if I played Mass Effect 3, then went back and played 1. I'd be like, well, this is clunky.
Clunky, yeah.
It's a feel good.
Like, it's a downgrade in every level. I mean, you have to just appreciate the story for what it was.
Yeah.
The story's really good, but things like graphic downgrade and you're right, mechanics can hinder the way you feel about it.
I do think it's good that you're playing, you know, Arkham City now and not later in the console generation because I feel like you don't know what the PS4 is capable of yet. I feel like once you play Witcher 3, it's going to be hard to go back.
See? Okay. There we go. So yeah, I'm playing Arkham Knight. I just found out, spoiler alert, Jason Todd is the Arkham Knight.
Jason Todd? Who's Jason Todd?
Jason Todd is the second Robin in the 3 Robins in Batman's history.
Okay.
So
he's the Arkham Knight?
He's the Arkham Knight.
Sorry. Explain to me the story of this game again.
So this is the story.
Okay.
Joker dies in 2 in Arkham City.
Yeah, we kill him.
Well, that's debatable. Right? And in fact...
Well, yeah, he drank the poison. He killed himself.
And in fact, that sort of carries on into 3 where Batman was poisoned in 2, right? He took some of Joker's...
no, he was gonna share the the healing serum, and then Joker made it so that they couldn't share or something.
So this is what Arkham Knight's about. Scarecrow now is the main villain. He is gonna release fear toxin all over Gotham City. City's already been evacuated, and Arkham Knight is this new villain that Batman encounters, who's working with Scarecrow to take down Batman. But Arkham Knight wants to kill Batman.
And he ends up being Robin. Why is he so bitter?
He's bitter because this game borrows from a comic book storyline called Under the Red Hood.
Okay. And
Under the Red Hood is where Joker kills the second Robin, beats him to death with a crowbar. And then somehow Robin, and I don't know the story, I'm not a big comic book guy, he gets taken to the Lazarus Pit with Ra's al Ghul. And every time you're put into that pit, you come out like crazier. Like you come out a little less bit of yourself.
Yeah.
So he's fueled by not only the Lazarus Pit, negative energy, but also he feels that Batman let him die. And he also
wait. So is he dead?
He's not dead. He's back to life.
How? So,
because the Lazarus Pit can resurrect you.
So so Joker killed him, then he came back to life.
He came back to life, and he. Combined with Lazarus Pit and the way he felt about Batman's philosophy about not killing, he felt that Joker, his death could have been prevented had Batman just killed Joker at some point.
Okay.
And he's coming back to kill Batman because he felt like he was neglected. And in fact, do you know why he got killed off in the comic book series?
Why?
People voted on it because second Robin was so unpopular with the comic book fans that people actually got to vote whether or not they wanted him to live or die. So most people voted no, and they actually created a comic book to meet that answer.
They crowdsourced their creative process.
Isn't that crazy? It's so much fun. But anyway, so yeah, Jason Todd is the villain. Scarecrow's the main villain. I like Scarecrow. I thought he was a really cool part in Asylum.
I thought he was a cool part in all those games.
Yeah, and I never saw him as a main villain, but I think that Arkham Knight does a good job of making him because Batman needs Joker, right?
Yeah.
And when you kill off Joker in part 2, you think to yourself, well, what are they going to do? Just like the movies did, right? Joker's dead. I mean, who's better than a Joker in a Batman game? Or Batman movie? I don't know.
Wait, so is Joker in Arkham City, Arkham Knight at all?
He is. And you know why? Because Batman was poisoned in part 2,
it's in his mind.
No, but because Batman inhaled fear toxin, Joker is slowly taking over Bruce Wayne's body because that's what the poison does. It makes you Jokerish. So he's hallucinating throughout the game. And this is why I like Arkham Knight. And I feel like for me, it's not forgettable because it's the same thing with God of War, like where I enjoyed the story and I like how they explored Joker's relationship with Bruce Wayne. And I thought it does a great job. Now, what I don't like about it is
Batmobile.
I really love the Batmobile.
Oh my god!
I love I love it all.
All right.
I don't like the repetitive nature of using the Batmobile. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
So you go from like this awesome stealth gameplay, this like really tight action combat, and then you're like a tank, and you're just like, oh, destroy X amount of vehicles. So.
See,
I found those missions to be so insulting. Like, what the fuck?
No, I liked it because this is the way I saw it. The Batman game was getting stale in a way where you're right. It was stealth, and I played 3 games: Origin, Asylum, and City. And by the 3rd game, games get stale. It's like you're using the same gameplay, you're using the same mechanics. You need to really freshen up the thing by changing it up.
I agree.
They took a risk with the Batmobile, and it's one of those risks where I feel it's always going to be divisive, right? Like some people are going to like it, some people are going to hate it, and wherever you fall, I guess that's where you fall, and that affects how you feel about the game. I like Batmobile.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm a fan of the Batmobile. I'm a fan, but I do like Batman. He is my favorite superhero, so I'm super biased. But yeah.
So that's all. But you told me before we started recording that you're trying to 100% the game. So you already beat the game, but now you're just
I'm one of those gamers where, especially with games that allow you to do this, where I will leave the final mission untouched because at least I have an incentive to keep going. I feel like once I finish the main mission, I feel a little weird about the rest of the storyline, unless they're really good side missions.
There's like the whole Riddler side mission in this game, right?
Yeah.
Those were cool. I like those.
Yeah, you have to find all his riddles.
They're like puzzles.
They were puzzles, yeah. It was good. So yeah, I'm playing that. I'm 86% guy, so that means that possibly in the next pod I will be 100%. I
was never able to 100% any of those games because they have those challenge maps, right? At least maybe in Arkham Asylum they did. I never, in order to platinum those games, you have to do like the challenge map where you have to like take out a whole bunch of guys, but do it in under like a certain amount of time, or they have some restrictions. And I thought it was way too hard.
Okay, yeah.
Do you remember those?
Sort of, but I think I know what you mean.
Yeah, I don't know.
I know, but you mean like challenge maps?
Because you know how all like the stealth sections will be broken up into like a little segment.
Yeah.
I feel like in Arkham Asylum, separate from the game, they'll take like one of the stealth segments from the main campaign, put it in like a different section.
Yeah, I never played it.
Eric Platinum's Arkham Asylum, which I always thought was really impressive because that game is fucking hard. Like you have to beat it on the hardest difficulty. You got to do all the challenge maps. And I was like, you did that? It's kind of cool.
Yeah, Eric is Eric's one of those guys that I've heard him say this before. He places Asylum over Arkham City.
If you don't know Eric, he was in the Hidden Agenda Let's Play.
And you're going to see a lot more of Eric. Because we like Eric, and I think he's a great contribution to this pod. But anyway, I think, I'm not sure where we are at time, but what are you playing, Steve?
I'm playing Wolfenstein 2.
Wolfenstein?
The New Colossus. I feel like I told you outside of this podcast, the game got great reviews. The story is like this cool alternate history where it takes place if the Nazis had won World War II, but like 20 years after, so it's the 1960s, and you're like a resistance fighter in like Nazi-occupied America, which on paper is like a really cool story, but I don't know. My gripe with that game, and maybe it's just because I'm used to like the Call of Duty style first-person shooter where you regenerate your health. It's super quick and snappy. But this game, there's no regenerating health. You have to like pick up these health kits. Enemies are like tanks. Like sometimes I'll be sitting there like shooting at an enemy for like 5-10 seconds, and like they're still alive.
Oh.
And it's like, I don't like this. I feel like that makes the game harder, but not funner. So
yeah,
I don't know. It's weird. Like it's not the first person experience I want. Even though I do really love this story. There's spoiler alert. There's one really cool Hitler scene in that game that's like phenomenal.
Oh, that's great.
But as much as I love the story of that game, I'm not willing to.
Is Hitler old? Do they make him look
old?
No,
it's really fucking awesome. Like he's like this old, like decrepit guy. He has like.
Does he keep the stash?
Keep the stash. He had like a cane. Like a cane.
Is it like a cool Nazi-looking cane or just your regular cane?
Regular cane. So your character is undercover for like an acting position, whatever.
Okay.
So, and Hitler happened to be the director of this movie.
That sounds like Inglourious Basterds.
No, this movie is very Inglourious Basterds.
That sounds... Arrivederci. Remember that?
Yeah, Arrivederci.
Arrivederci. Yeah, but yeah, so... Cool, so there's Hitler in it?
Hitler's in it, but... so I do like the story, but I don't want to drudge through this gameplay that I don't find fun.
Do they have that doctor? The doctor that did experiments on people?
The doctor that did experiments on people?
Yeah, like he was a famous Hitler doctor that did like a bunch of...
Oh, I think I know what you... No, I don't think that's in the game.
Should we go to the phone, see if someone can call in, and see if they can...
name the Hitler doctor?
Yeah.
I'm gonna look it up.
There we go. You know what? We should make use of this this laptop. Famous
Hitler doctor.
Hitler doctor. I love how you wrote Hitler doctor. not Nazi doctor, Hitler doctor.
List of
Oh, there we go. Dr. Mengele.
Mengele? Okay.
Yeah, you've heard of Dr. Mengele? Is he in the game?
I've not heard of Dr. Mengele.
Oh.
I don't think he's in the game.
Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame. That would have been cool.
Yeah.
Look out for him, though.
Well, because I'm not aware of him. So
you're not aware of Nazi history?
No, I guess not. And as much detail as you are. Explain to me this Dr. Mengele.
Well, apparently... I don't know. I took a history class in school. I don't know. His name really popped up. But yeah, so where are you up to in the game?
I think I'm probably like 75% of the way done, but I don't think I'm gonna beat it.
You're not gonna beat it. That's what I like about you, Steve. You're willing to what did he say? Like cut your losses.
I cut my loss. And you know what's crazy?
Cut your losses.
I'm cutting a lot of fucking losses because I took the reviews at face value. This game was getting 9s across the board. I'm like,
9s.
I'm gonna love this game. I fully committed. Not only did I buy the game, I bought like the full package where you get all the DLC. So
what was the total?
I spent like 80 bucks on this. And it's like,
holy
I was like,
shit.
Maybe like an hour or 2 hours in, I was like, fuck, like I made a big mistake.
Yeah.
And I know the kids listening are going to hate me. They can be like, you just suck at video games. Wolfenstein is amazing. You gotta get better. And maybe I do suck at video games. But for me, I don't want to do like this grueling task when I play a video game. I just kind of want to progress the story. And
I could see how kids would love it who have nothing to do. Like when you're a kid, you have you come home from school, you have 10 hours to kill. You're not tired on the weekends. I remember waking up in the morning and playing games all day long.
Yeah, and then you have like this progression where like you'll die a few times and you'll finally win. And that's satisfying for me. I don't want to do that anymore.
Yeah, so it's a hard game.
It's like brutally hard, hard.
And it's a hard game where I think some games are better at connecting the level of difficulty with the narrative, right? Like Dark. What's that hard game that people always talk about?
Dark Souls. Yeah.
So is Dark Souls? Is it similar where you just have to punch a villain a lot and that's how you win, or is it like a cool hard difficulty?
You would have to. Cause this is another. Eric likes his hard game. This is another game that you would have to ask Eric about because he like plays all those games. I played one for like maybe 20 minutes. I was like, this is like clunky and not fun, and I'm dying. I'm not doing this.
You know, video games are like food, or like
we have taste,
or porn categories. You know, it's like there's a wide variety of them, and different people like what they like.
I will say though that most of the time, if there's a game that's like critically acclaimed, like massively critically acclaimed, like this game that gets 9 across the boards, I will at least. I might not love it, but I'll at least like it. Whereas Wolfenstein, I feel like the gameplay is so difficult and so repetitive in that here's how every single scenario plays out. You walk into a new location. There's one or two Nazi commanders that you have to like take out like stealthily before they call in reinforcement. If you get caught before you take them out, then they call in an unlimited wave of reinforcements until you kill them.
Yeah.
Rinse and repeat. And it's like the only thing that changes is the setting, but I'm doing the same fucking thing. Like the objective never changes. I'm just like killing. I'm just trying to kill these Nazi commanders, and it's like this is not interesting at all. And I want to say I'm like ranting right now, but I want to say I hate the idea of unlimited waves of enemies in video games. I feel like that's so fucking lame.
Tell us how you really feel, Steve.
Like, really? That's like your gameplay hook? Like, we're just gonna throw an unlimited wave of enemies at you? Like, you couldn't think of anything more clever?
Yeah. Is that pretty much a lot of the game? Like, they just throw enemies at you?
No, that's, from my experience, that's every single combat scenario is you have to kill these two Nazi commanders, maybe one, maybe two. If you get caught before you kill both of them, they'll just call in an unlimited wave of enemies until you kill them. And then once you kill the commander, you kill any remaining. And
you're saying that the actual like game mechanics, are they smooth, or are you saying like they're a little rough?
I mean, I don't know. The shooting is like, smooth, but it just I feel like if you play Call of Duty, you could like it takes like a few shots to kill someone.
You're just a COD bro.
I'm a COD bro.
You're a COD bro. That's what you are. You're a COD bro who doesn't like Wolfenstein.
But even I don't know, even like an Uncharted or like a The Last of Us, like I feel like I've been trained by a lot of these shooters that I play, whether first person or third person, that if I shoot someone in the head, they're gonna die. Like, like you know, like that's my expectation. Then I play this game. It's like I can shoot this guy in the head 10 times and he's still alive. Well, this isn't fun.
That's strange.
But I will say the story is phenomenal, and I wish the story was.
The story's good.
I wish the story was packaged with a better game. Or a game that more suits my taste, because I know some people like love this. Yeah,
it sounds cool. Like, do they show the White House? Is Hitler in the White House?
No, Hitler is on Venus. No, the game, it's because it has...
Wait, are you fucking with me?
You're right. It has a very Inglourious Basterds vibe where it's like a serious topic, but then they go balls to the wall.
He's in Venus.
Not only is he in Venus, but so this is a big spoiler /
Oh, man. Yeah, folks, if you don't want to hear this, just go to another one of our videos and watch him like that.
This is an Easter egg, but that scene where you're auditioning for a role... One of the other guys auditioning is a guy called Ronald, and if you like look at his chair, he's actually Ronald Reagan. He's like Ronald Reagan in this alternate history. So he calls Hitler Mr. Hitler, and then he gets like fucking upset. He's like, Mr. Hitler, you call me Mein Führer, and then he wigs out, fucking kills him.
Wait, so he called him a wrong name?
Yeah. He called him Mr. Hitler instead of Mein Führer.
You know why? Ronald Reagan apparently had Alzheimer's, so maybe he just forgot.
No, but this is young Ronald Reagan.
Oh, this is young Ronald Reagan. Oh, you're right, because the way the timeline works.
I think just like the developers of this game didn't like Ronald Reagan, so they just wanted to like fuck with them.
Oh, so it's just funny, like that little Easter egg, like because. They named him Ronald, right? They don't say Ronald Reagan.
Yeah. You have to go out your way to figure out that.
Yeah, that's like a good little like Easter egg. Yeah.
I would say if you're not even gonna play this game, Google that Hitler scene. It's pretty funny.
So would you say save some money, just Google the scene? And...
No, I mean I would recommend it, but I would say definitely if you haven't played the first Wolfenstein, which I didn't. I guess I didn't know what I was getting myself into.
Yeah.
Just play the original game. Play like the base game first. Don't go all in $80 and buy the DLC.
Okay.
But I feel like that was on me. Like I'm buying DLC for a game I didn't even play yet.
It's not on you though, because I mean most of it is. But I mean that's the reason people go to reviewers and they go like, "All right, what's going on?" I mean, did they mention criticism of the games or?
Actually, every review said that like. You know, the difficulty does, like, have these weird spikes, and, like, yeah, you have to, like, adjust it throughout the game. But, like, I just read that. None of them mentioned that that it made the game unplayable or not fun for them. Where So to me, that the difficulty made it not fun.
Okay. So you would recommend the game?
I would recommend it.
You recommend the game. Okay.
But know what you're getting yourself into.
Know what you're getting yourself into.
All right. We're at 25 minutes on what we're playing. We were hoping to make this 30 minutes total.
I mean, this could be the whole pod. Or,
No, I still say we do...
Yeah, well, let's just try it. Anyway, guys, I think we should just end it.
But we should do the 2 other segments.
Yeah, but let's just...
Yeah, let's end this.
End it. Okay. Yeah, go for it, Steve.
Thanks for watching our first Background Bud podcast. I'm Steve.
I'm Wilson.
We're gonna upload this to YouTube in 3 separate videos. If you like what you saw, like, subscribe, tell your friends.
Yeah, and play Arkham Knight if you have not played it. I mean, I spoiled it already.
I ranted about Wolfenstein, but I do like the game.
You're more annoyed at Wolfenstein than actual Hitler.
But Hitler's dead.
Like you have no...
Wolfenstein still exists.
It's still alive. Alright, so... alright, thank you guys.
We won the war against Hitler.
You're right.
We're still fighting this war, Will.
We're losing the war. Alright,
guys. We're Background Buzz, and we're out.
Background Buzz. Alright, later.
Peace.